I'm Christy Duffy for Smart Trend News. Chevron reported its first quarter earnings on April 30th of this year at a price of $4.55 billion compared with $1.85 billion on earnings in the first quarter 2009. Sales were $47 million. Chevron will report its second quarter earnings in just a couple weeks on July 30th. And with me to discuss what can be expected is Senior Energy Analyst from Argus Research, Phil Weiss. Phil, thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having me, Christy.
All right, so Chevron is trading down by a fraction of a percent in Monday afternoon trade. Most investors are expecting an upswing from the oil and gas producer. Consensus estimates for the second quarter are at an EPS of $2.17 for the quarter, $8.91 for the year, with a target price of $91.50. What are your EPS predictions for the quarter and the year?
I'm slightly below consensus for both the quarter and the year. I'm at $2.15 for the first quarter and $8.85 for the year.
All right, and a price target for the stock?
I have a $100 price target on Chevron.
All right. Now, of course, due to all the news out today about several more companies being in the running for BP, tell me now, what is based on your research, do you think Chevron really is in the running for a BP bid?
I really don't think it's that likely. I can't imagine Chevron being interested in acquiring BP and taking on all these unknown liabilities that face BP.
Yeah, CVX already has large exposure to the BP spill with significant positions in the Gulf, along with BP itself, of course, and Shell. Due to its involvement in the Gulf Coast, what kind of an impact do you think this disaster could have on CVX and their production?
Right now, I don't think there's a big impact on production, but as we go out into the future, depending upon how long the moratorium lasts and then how long it takes to get things started up again once it's over, that's when production could start to be impacted a little bit. BP has two developments currently that started in 2008 and 2009, I believe, running in the Gulf. It has some more that are expected to come online. So if those are delayed, if there's delays in what's coming online, or if there's a delay in putting in any additional wells to increase production, there could be an impact. But on the overall basis, it's still not that big. The two existing developments have peak production of about 200,000 barrels a day.
Okay.
And so relative to Chevron's overall production, that's a fairly small percentage right now.
Okay, so if I'm an owner of energy stocks, if I'm an owner of CVX shares, what do I do in the wake of this mess? Do I hold?
Buy rating, which is the impetus behind my $100 price. I think that right now the stock has probably been beaten down unfairly because of what's going on. And oil prices, I know, have fallen off a little bit because of renewed economic concerns. But overall, I think that this is a good stock to own for the long term. And the fall off in price can create opportunities, so I might actually be looking to increase my position.
All right. Aside from speculation on BP asset buying, is CVX actively pursuing any other acquisitions? I mean, what about alternative energy? It seems as though that's the direction, perhaps, that the entire industry might be moving in. Do you think that they're looking at any opportunities in that region, or just overall any near-term acquisitions in your research?
If I go back to the analyst meeting that Chevron held in March, it doesn't seem likely that they would be in acquisition mode. They have a really good pipeline of projects, especially if they go out a few more years and you start to think about Gorgon and Wheatstone, the two big Australian natural gas projects. So that I think they have enough things on their plate between Australia, the Gulf of Mexico. They have some things in Asia. They even have a little bit in Brazil. If I think about all those things, it's hard for me to see a reason for Chevron to go out there and make an acquisition unless they have an opportunity to pick up something at a really good price.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Phil. For more on our earnings coverage, make sure to subscribe to YouTube channel Trade the Trend. You can also check our website. That's tradethetrend.com for more headlines.